So, something that we often don't talk about in the chocolate community, the black community, is mental illness. I have this feeling, and it is true, I believe, an opinion, that we believe that we should have this black strength. Like, we've been through so much in life, so we need to maintain this aura and this energy and this physical state of strength. And I was watching an interview by BOONK, and he was saying that, it was funny in the beginning, but now it's really saddening because he can't be who he wants to be, or he can't be who he truly is, because who will be okay with him being a black male, a black, strong male, this identity of him being super strong in the street life, and also having mental illness, which is considered a weakness or weaknesses if you have more than one. And I was also watching another of his interview, and he was talking about, it was with Adam 22 on No Jumper, and he was saying that he was taking painkillers, and that got me thinking, painkillers, anything to kill the pain. In his other interview, he face planted into the wall. That pain that he face planted into the wall with maybe subdued or suppressed his other mental pain. Maybe that's why he does take substances and does things, anything not to be honest and just say, I have mental illnesses. I've talked a lot on my channel, on both my channels, about mental illnesses and how we should speak up and we should speak out about it, because it's not as if it doesn't exist in the black community, in the chocolate community, in people of color, whatever label you choose. Yeah, okay. It's here, there, everywhere. And if you have a mental illness, you should by no means feel that because of your skin color, you shouldn't admit the truth, because I guarantee you there are other people who are suffering, surviving, coping, and doing everything they can not to make their mental illness a burden on others. And that is the issue with black people and us admitting to mental illness. We always feel like we are a burden to other people. I hear it all the time. I've said it. I don't want to be a burden. 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 And the mental illness may be a burden, okay? Because we don't know how to carry it. We don't know how to set it down. That's what a burden is, something that weighs you down, weighs you down. But if we uplift each other and say, hey sis, hey bro, like I understand it. I know that you have this or that or whatever going on. It may be a weight, but maybe not so much a burden. Maybe we can change it from a burden into a weight. And I hope you guys are following what I'm saying here. I really do. Because I also, it's really, he now wants to be called John Gabbana. He said that's his real name. I don't know if it is or isn't. All I know is that going from this identity to that, be your true identity and alter identity, it's also another way for us, you, whomever is suffering with mental illnesses. As I've said before, I have 3: depression, anxiety, and borderline personality disorder, and varying stages of depression and anxiety. Sometimes it's chronic, sometimes it's up and down, sometimes it's extremely intense. And the depression, it lingers around like, a stalker in the corner. It's just, I want to respect the fact that he wants to be known by that name, but I also don't want us to forget that mental illness is not only present, but it's prevalent and it's hidden in the black community, okay? BOONK also talked about his fighting his demons, and it's just, if we weren't so, if we didn't stigmatize mental illness so much. And I know, who wants a friend who, like, is sad when all you want to do is go out and have a good time, because that's the perception of a lot of mental illness as well. If you have depression, like, you're going to be a party pooper or a wet blanket, or you don't want to be around. There are times when I've had a good time, but I also know my triggers, and I know that there are some, outings I can't partake in, and there are some things I can't do, and it would be wrong and a burden for me to portray this image of, you know, strength, when it's not me not being strong, it's not weak. It's me admitting the truth. Is That's where the strength lies. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to stay here. If you want to go out, please, by all means, feel free to do so. But, you know, I'm not going to lie about it. And I feel like in the chocolate community, we force each other to lie about it, and it's not something that we should be lying about. If you have a mental illness, go to someone, seek someone, and there's nothing wrong with going to therapy. Like, people say, you know, only the crazies go to therapy. I've been to therapy. I talk about my issues here on YouTube. I dance to express, to get out. My issues stem from lots of places, and one of them is the sexual abuse that I suffered as a child, the physical abuse that I suffered, just everything, being in a cult. And, sometimes people ask me, well, or they try to pose a question to me like, well, you're very sexual, and I myself am erotic. I've said that, and I enjoy eroticism, but I don't like being touched. And a lot of people can't understand that. And the first thing they'll say is like, I had someone say this about me, and many people have said it. Oh, she has issues. She has issues, and it's like, yeah, I have issues. I have issues, and I'm no longer ashamed of them. They are what I have. I have them, and if you don't want to be around me because I have them, that's your choice. You're free to go, or you're free to stay. You're free to ask questions as long as they're respectful. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about what's going on inside my head. I'm not gonna lie what's going on inside here, what I'm feeling and what I'm going through. I'm not gonna lie about it to make you feel comfortable. And BOONK, if you're listening, if someone is watching this video and you have mental illnesses, don't lie to make other people feel comfortable. Don't do that, because that's only going to make whatever you're going through, whatever you're suffering, whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're unsure about, it's going to make it that much worse. Okay? The thing is, it's like with therapy, is I've had some shitty therapists. Like, you can't always just say, open the phone book, therapist, and that one looks good. You have to kind of go through sometimes the shitty therapist and the shitty medication and this and this and that, because that's how you find help. But doing that is also, in my opinion, a better option and a better alternative than not speaking your truth. So I'm going to find some phone numbers. I'm going to place them down in the description box, and any other suggestions and advice and helpful things that I can offer, helpful pieces of advice I can offer for anyone out there, and based on my experiences. And I hope this helps, and I hope we become not just more comfortable, but know that we need to talk about this. We need to talk about mental illness in our community. Stop not talking about it, please.